Across the Channel Islands.
Tim and Sydney.
Josh Tissier is going to be in the mix in about 15 minutes or so. But before we play out that mix, we like to sort of catch up with the person behind whoever's produced our half-hour mix just to see what they're up to. And because Josh has been on the show before, it's like talking to an old friend, isn't it, really?
It is. And you say we have a catch-up. That's not the only thing we like to do with some of our guests.
I think we did the bin game back in October or something.
Yeah, we did do the bin game. We're not going to ask you to do the bin game again tonight, which is nice. You're just here with your DJ hat on, and you've provided tonight's mix. What have you been up to since you put your hand in that bin, though?
I've done a lot of music production, working on an official remix, which came out last week. A few collaborations, which are yet to see the light of day, but they are well and truly done and scheduled. But unfortunately, I can't see who they're for.
You'll
really
have to tell us when you can.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you've done now quite a few remixes, and especially the official remixes. How do you even sort of get into that? How did that start?
Well, it all started with the Lewis Capaldi Someone You Love bootleg, and then that got picked up in North America by SiriusXM, and then from there that gained a lot of popularity, so the presenter reached out to me, wanted to turn it into an official remix, but unfortunately the record label never really, nothing ever really materialized. So kind of because of that and because of the popularity, the presenter introduced me to some contacts at Universal, and then that's when the official remix requests kind of started coming in, which was cool. Because
the first one was Carly Rae Jepsen and Griffin, that remix to OMG.
Yeah.
And that kind of blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, it's got over 1 million streams now on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and yeah.
How does that feel to think that 1 million people have listened to your song?
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
If you put them all in a room, well, you couldn't even put them all in a room. If you think about it like that, it's a bit mad, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's 1 million streams, but it's something like 600,000 people. So,
but people listen to it more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good sign, isn't it? That people will listen to it more than once.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing nowadays with Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify is if they see that people are enjoying a song and the percentage of people that are listening to it and re-listening to it, they'll push it out to more and more people, using their algorithms and stuff. So that's extremely helpful for trying to make a song even bigger than it already is.
Yeah, so 1 million streams on that particular song, and I saw the other day you posted you have 2 million streams on Spotify, so half of them are from that song, but then you're also doing well with your other tracks as well.
Yeah, pretty much. So of the 2 million, 800,000 are specifically from that Carly Rae Jepsen remix, and then I've got a handful of covers, originals, and now the new remix as well, so it's cool.
How did you celebrate having 2 million streams? I'd celebrate that for sure.
It was basically just a social media post.
It's super exciting as well, this new remix that's come out. I remember last time you baked cakes, or you had cakes baked for you, so are you celebrating in a similar way, or are you posting on social media again?
Well, I did buy cupcakes for everyone at my work as a kind of way of making them listen to the remix. But they weren't personalized ones, they're just ones from the shop.
When you go and play, because you also DJ live as well, is that a perfect chance to then test out these new collaborations, new remixes and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Not so much original stuff, but in terms of bootlegs and covers of tracks, I tend to kind of get them to a reasonable level and then try and play them out as quickly as possible to kind of work out whether or not they're worth finishing based on the reaction. But it's hard to do that with originals because nobody knows the vocals, and it's really difficult.
You need karaoke, you need a screen behind you.
Yeah. But for remixes it's quite good because a lot of the time people know the original, so you can kind of get a better vibe as to whether or not it'll work.
Guernsey's Josh Tissier there, who is going to be in the mix in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, we love featuring him. Don't worry, there's still more of some of the chat coming up after this one from Naughty Boy and Sam Smith.
Across the Channel Islands.
Tim and Sydney.
Let's hear some more from Josh Tissier, the man behind tonight's mix. And last Friday was a big day for him because he dropped another official remix.
And of course, we had to ask him all about that.
It's Holding You Close by Brian Pulford.
And that features in tonight's mix, doesn't it? Yeah.
First track.
Yeah, the first track. So if you're listening, that is the official remix from Josh. And you say like bootleg remixes and then official remixes. For the people that don't know, what is the actual difference between the two?
So a bootleg remix is basically where it's an unofficial remix. It's not signed to the record label where the original comes from. It's kind of like the shady way of doing a remix. I think they're more and more accepted nowadays. But an official remix, your name is kind of part of the copyright, depending on the agreement, and you're actually asked to do it by management. It gets an official release on the record label. It's allowed on Spotify, Apple Music, and all places like that. But a bootleg, you can put it on YouTube, and if you're lucky, it won't get picked up by their copyright rules.
So you've done so many of these like remixes and stuff, official and bootleg. How do you even do it? So you listen to a song, and how do you then think, oh, I know how I can remix this. I know what would work with that. I mean, do you just sort of hear it as you hear the song for the first time or something?
I kind of think about the vocals mainly. I think it'd be quite hard to do a remix of a song without vocals because I like to keep the structure of the song pretty much the same as the original, but kind of put a more like a dance kind of version of the song. Like that's what I did for Holding You Close. Pretty much arranged the vocal the same way, and then thought, okay, I want to make this song so that people could dance to it in a club, and that's kind of I build it from there really.
Because obviously it's so great you're doing all the official remixes, but like you said, you do your own originals as well. And can we expect more of those in 2020?
Yeah, definitely. There's currently 2 that are finished and 1 more that I'm just waiting for the final take of the vocals to come back. There's no actual release date. There's a release date for 1 of them. Really sorry, but I can't say who they're with or for because it's like a secret. Yeah. For now at least.
In the past, I know that you've worked with vocalists that aren't from the Channel Islands. How does that work then in that process? Do you go sort of back and forth just on your computer?
Well, one of them, one that's currently in progress right now, I can talk about that one actually. Her name's Helene. She's from the Netherlands, and basically I really liked a song that she'd featured on from about 6 months ago, and I thought it was really good, added it to my playlist, was playing it a lot. And then one day I thought, well, maybe I should just reach out to her and maybe she'll be interested in working together. So I kind of like bit the bullet and then asked her about 5 or 6 weeks ago, introduced myself. This was literally like via Instagram direct messages. And then she listened to some of my stuff and then, she came back and said, yeah, let's work together. So I sent her basically an instrumental that was like 80% finished that I kind of had in mind that needed a vocal, and she liked it enough to kind of start writing some lyrics and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Would that be like sort of some advice that you would give? I mean, any musician or producer or DJ is, if you know, just go for it. Just go out there, ask people, get your name out there, make stuff, create stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think when it comes to reaching out to singers, it's a really good idea if you have like a nearly finished instrumental song that's also kind of built for vocals that are just missing at that moment. So that way, if they are up for working with you, then you've kind of got something already rather than kind of annoying them and saying, okay, but I need to create something, or so be prepared, I would say.
Good advice. And so tonight's mix starts with that new official remix. If people are going to listen for the whole half an hour, what else can they expect from it?
So I've got a lot of my own like bootlegs and covers and official remixes in there as well, but I've also picked out a few of my friends' music. There's a bootleg of Rituals by B-Wes. I know him really well. Another guy I'm collaborating with, his track Just a Dream, Nipri. Yeah, that track's on there. I'm just kind of trying to support the friends and people that I really believe in as well.
Josh is going to be in the mix very shortly.